Vaccine, does a day like today, with all of the concerns about the spread of COVID, make you think it doesn't matter that we have this positive vaccine news? In the meantime, it's going to be rough out there.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kelly. It's going to be rough in the near term. I mean, look what's happening in the United States, but I mean, look overseas. There's shutdowns and lockdowns going on in Europe. So absolutely, the near term is going to be tough. But I think investors are looking past that at this point. Now that you've got some kind of clear path to vaccine distribution, it really helps investors look at my space, which is really underperformed this year in terms of opportunity for recovery next year. Remember, you cited some statistics just now. The XRT is up 20% since the COVID, COVID really became a problem in February. But my group, the consumer discretionary group, which is more soft lines, is down 20%. So you've had e-commerce names up triple digits. You've had the essential retailers, the home retailers, think Wayfair, think Home Depot, have done great, but the majority of my space is down and down a lot. So I think that's how you have to start thinking about recovery into 21.
Yeah, fair enough. And so I think, again, to kind of frame this in the big picture way, your advice to investors is stick with the rotation, stick with the vaccine news, stick with what we think and hope we are going to know about 2021. And if that's the case, you're actually saying avoid names like Lululemon that have been one of the most loved names this year, one of the big winners, and maybe start to look at the names like TJ Maxx and Ulta again. Can you flesh that out a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So you look at a name like Lulu, it's up a lot. I think it's up 35, 40% year to date. You've got really quality soft lines names like TJX or names like Ulta, market leaders that are down 20, 25. Again, Lulu plays exactly into what worked during 2020. It was a COVID winner in the sense that it's high margin, a lot of e-commerce. It's the athleisure category. Everyone's staying at home. We've all got yoga pants and ABC pants on. But next year, that's going to be different. I think it's going to be more of a shift. The categories are going to shift. Think about handbags. Think about where to work. Think about evening wear. And so all that stuff really plays into this. Lulu's multiple has gone up 15 turns during COVID. TJX and Ross stores, their multiple's gone down 5 to 8 turns, just to kind of put that in perspective. So it's all about mean reversion. And I really think that my group is going to be all about that over the next 6 months.
Ike, are you saying I can't wear these awesome, Adidas slides when I get back to the office because, I don't even know what that's like anymore. High-heeled shoes. So what are the other names that you think people should definitely pick up here, and how much might they have to stomach as we move through the next couple of years in terms of sell-offs? I mean, are these names people should buy today, or do they wait for the next major city or state that comes forward and says, hey, we're shutting it down?
Yeah. Look, it's hard for us. We have 12-month views. It's hard for me to play the day-to-day, week-to-week, COVID case news and what have you. But I absolutely think that when we talk to our investors and clients, we are explaining that they should be positioned for recovery. And the way to be positioned for recovery is to go more into those names that have lagged in 2020 and are set up for a reopening into 21. Think about the market share is going to shift from e-commerce to stores. I mean, that hasn't happened in 20 years. That's going to happen in a big way next year. Certain categories are going to come back with a vengeance. Again, we talked about handbags. We talked about where to work. And names that carry those characteristics are very cheap right now. On the other side, we talk about e-commerce names or Lulu or some of these other athletic names. They're not only going to see less upside on the inflection in recovery, but their multiples are also peaked out. So it's not that Lulu's a bad business. It's not a bad brand. It's a great business and a great brand, but there's more upside in other names in the space.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.